Since I last used Zoom. Kace Cayne is on the phone with me right now. What's good, man?
What's happening, Kenny C?
Yeah, man. How you been?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Glad to be back performing and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I'm Jordan, hip hop artist, all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana. He's got a Louisville, Kentucky show coming up September the 6th. That's
Yes,
2
sir.
weeks from now. 2 weeks from this weekend, actually. Um, so fresh off of that, man. How you feeling coming back to Louisville and performing?
Man, I'm excited, bro, because I got family out there. So like anytime that I'm out there, it's a family affair, just like the venue. That's my family, you dig? So like anytime I'm down there, it's a good time.
So I believe you are performing at the WWM Hall.
Yeah, the WWME Hall. Yes, indeed.
So talk about that venue in particular. What makes you keep coming back to that particular place for the shows that you've been doing?
Man, for one, the kitchen staff, bro, they have excellent food. The sound, awesome. The stage, amazing. Like, dude, the lighting, I just love that venue. You know what I mean? Every time I hit it, it's just amazing. I open for Stevie Stone out there. Like, I've thrown a handful of shows out there. Like, it's always dope. And every time I go back out there, I meet a new like assortment of artists. Like it's always like great to network and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's definitely the thing right there. Everybody has likes to you perform all over the Midwest. You perform in the South. You perform in numerous areas, but there's always
Yes,
something
sir.
about certain venues that you keep coming back to because of good experiences and with the venue owner, with everybody that's a part of that place. And
Absolutely.
WWM in the WWME Hall is a
Yes.
very well known spot for independent artists that performs there. So you being one of the visiting artists that keeps coming there on the regular, that's saying something. So
Yes,
uh
indeed, man.
so you are very constant with the music. You put out EPs. You've been putting out a variety of singles. I'm thinking are you actually doing like you can correct me if I'm wrong, but are you releasing
Uh,
one song a week this year in
oh yeah,
particular?
that's the single of the week, man. I've been dropping a song a week every Friday for probably about the last like 2, 3 months now. Like I try to be consistent with that and give the fans like a variety of content. Like I like to explore subgenres. Like that's what's really dope about hip hop. There's so many different areas you can go in.
Yeah. So, with that being said, your latest single is Smooth AF. And
Yes.
first off, the cover, very anime esque. So it's got the Dragon Ball Z vibes. You got a brother with the Goku hair, you know what I'm saying, with the
Right.
shades and showing off the six pack. It looks like, I'm looking at the cover. So talk about the who came up with the cover for Smooth AF, man. Talk about who came up with the
Smooth
cover.
AF
Yeah.
was basically like a very, very detailed AI prompt. Like I had maybe 9 different variations that I went through. And it was me and a friend of mine. And I sent it to her and was like, yo, which one should I go with? And she picked that one. And I'm like, okay, I dig that. And I ran with that, threw it in Canva, and got to messing with a bunch of different fonts and whatnot. Came up with something really cool and found that Dragon Ball vector and was like, all right, let's throw that right in there. Like it was just a cherry on top, you dig? So yeah, man. Like I love AI. Like I know a lot of people talk against it and whatnot, but like I feel like it's really helped me kind of explore my creativity a bit.
Yeah,
So yeah, man. Like I said, 9 tries and bow, that was the lucky one.
yeah. You definitely hit the head with this one. Uh, you put out numerous singles. I'm just gonna go through the list of them here. Pringles, King
Woo,
Kong,
woo,
Maintain,
woo.
Savior, Before the Fall EP, which, by the way, Kace Cayne has been featured on the Music Monday Jukebox these past few months, and I've been playing, I must say, one of my most played songs on your Spotify is The Revelation,
Ooh,
off Before the Fall. And at the end of the song, you got the bit from Cat Williams.
yes.
I forgot what comedy special it is, but he's basically saying like you gotta stay in tune with your star player,
Hmm.
yourself. So that's the Before the Fall EP. That's a very deep record that you got there. Uh, but Revelation set the tone for that one.
Oh, absolutely. I
So
feel like the revelation was like my my punch to like start the joint off. You know what I mean? Like especially with the subject matter and whatnot, and then just ending it with that Cat Williams little quotation. Like I feel like people really need to hear that if they've never heard it before. And like, dude, that special came out years ago, but like that really stands out to me because like people need to reflect on like self love. You know what I mean? Like self motivation to like elevate to new heights and whatnot. Like I feel like people get so like lost in how life does its twists and turns that like they don't really look out for themselves. You know what I mean? So it's just a little message to be like, hey, you see that person in the mirror staring back at you? Yeah, go hard for that person. That's what you got to do.
yeah, that's definitely what you gotta do. Check out Kace Cayne on all the streaming platforms.
Yes, sir.
Constantly putting out music, singles, EPs. I think the last time I had you on the show was 2022, and that was
Man,
for Definition of Soul.
yes, sir.
So yeah,
I
it's
have a
been a minute.
sequel. I have a sequel to Definition of Soul that I'm working on right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like Smooth AF is like a leading single from that joint. Like, you know how it has kind of that like that smooth kind of jazzy feel to it?
Yeah,
Like you're gonna hear a lot of that in the album. Like I feel like in comparison to how Definition of Soul was, this is a bit more like soulful. You dig? Like
yeah.
we have our boom bap tracks and whatnot, obviously, but I kind of explore the neo soul. I kind of travel into R&B a little bit. Like I give you different elements, and like it's called Recollection of Soul. So I kind of reflect on a lot of things that I've kind of lived out over like the last couple of years because like you said, man, Definition of Soul was released back in 2022. So like I've lived a lot of life since then.
Oh, for sure. So I'm glad that you got a follow up for that project, and I'm looking forward to hearing that. Here's something else I wanted to mention. I know you ain't gonna be here for long, but we gotta bring up America's Next Top Hit Maker.
Oh
Um,
man.
you've been in pursuing that, and you are, as of an hour ago, you are still in first place, and
Yes, sir.
you want to stay there until the voting goes offline. First things first, talk about this top hitmaker thing and what's the details behind that.
Okay, so like I've been in this contest. It's called America's Next Top Hit Maker. It started back in like the top of July. I've been promoting it up until now. Like I went through the top 30, the top 20, the top 10, the top 5, and then like I almost got knocked out of it. But luckily like I finished second in like the top 5 selection in my group, and I got into a wild card round. And to get past the wild card round, you had to be in first place. And like, dude, my fans have been showing out. Like, I knew that like I had a legit fan base, like something that was like living and breathing. But like, dude, like anytime that I drop out of first place, I make a couple posts, and it's like the folks are just like, "Oh no, we're not having that," and they boost me right the hell back up, and I love that. Like, I have to do something special for them. Like, even if I don't win, but I feel like I have a great possibility of winning. But dude, I have to do something for the fans. But back to the explanation. After the wild card round, I got thrown into the quarterfinals, which is almost over. And just like you said, man, I'm still in first place. And dude, the semifinals, they start tomorrow. So hopefully I pass into that next round. And they go for about 6 days or so. And the contest ends on the 5th of September. The winner gets announced on the 13th, I believe. So I just need everybody to keep voting for me. Votes are free, by the way. Donations are optional. It gives you the option to donate more votes per se. So like if you were to drop like $10, you could vote for me 10 times instead of once. But I don't really push the donations. I go for the free votes. And like I said, people have been showing out for me, and I love y'all for that. So hopefully we bring home that W for Indiana.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Naptown. Shout out to
Yes.
Indianapolis. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite cities to visit. I usually go there at least once a year, and it's a lovely city, and it's definitely a sports town. Let me see that.
Oh, absolutely.
So you got the NBA All Star Game, which was earlier this year. You got the Final Four of next year. You got WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam within the next 7 years, including next year's Royal Rumble. Then, just announced a few weeks ago, WNBA All Star Game. Next year's All Star Game will be in Indianapolis, same venue as the Pacers and Fever play.
Hey.
So yeah, Indianapolis definitely gonna be the spot for the
It's
next.
gonna be a hot
It's
spot.
always been a spot, but it's really the spot right now
Oh
for
yeah.
sports. So you a busy dude. I appreciate you for being on. Check out all the music he put out. Smooth AF is the latest single. All the music is on
Yes.
the streaming platforms. And vote for Kace Cayne on the
Yes.
America's Next Top Hit Maker. Semifinals is tomorrow. He is currently in first place. And we want to
Yes,
keep
sir.
it that way. And the contest will end about mid-September-ish. So
Yes,
keep
sir.
the votes coming. That's all we can do.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Yeah. So thanks for your time, man. Have a great show September the 6th in Louisville. And thanks again for your time, man.
Yes, sir. And by the way, man, pull up to the show, bro. I got you in for free.
All right, man. I'll see if I can make it, man. Thanks. Thanks again.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
You
Later.
have a good night.